Hello Manchester fans. Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Man United pondering sensational swoop for Brentford's lethal frontman, Bryan Mbeumo. Marcus Rashford's goal aside, Manchester United hardly created chances of note, and were lucky to escape from Portman Road with a 1-1 draw against Ipswich Town on Ruben Amorim's debut as the new head coach. The Portuguese was not too happy with the lack of fluidity from his new players, with plenty of them not looking like they have long-term futures under the ex-Sporting Lisbon boss. Even after bringing on both Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee in the second half, the visitors could not find the winner and had Andre Onana to thank for returning home with 1 point. Goals have been hard to come by for the Red Devils, who are joint 18th for goals scored in the English top flight this term, with United's 3 strikers combining to score only 8 goals so far. And as for caught offside, the 20-time English League champions are among the teams keeping a close watch on Brentford's red-hot frontman Bryan Mbeumo. The Cameroonian has 8 goals to his name already, and is the league's third top scorer, and his exploits have caught the eye of Premier League's big guns. Arsenal and Newcastle are looking at the 25-year-old ahead of a possible January approach, with Liverpool and Villa also among the interested parties. Arsenal and Newcastle United are among the transfer suitors for Brentford forward Bryan Mbeumo ahead of January, caught offside understands. Other clubs monitoring Mbeumo's situation are understood to be Manchester United, Liverpool and Aston Villa, while Brentford are expected to ask for around £40 million for the 25-year-old. Interestingly, the Cameroon international's deal at the G-Tech Community Stadium is valid until only 2026, and teams can possibly acquire him for a lower fee than anticipated. The Bees will be asking for £40 million, with Thomas Frank already admitting that the London club would find it hard to hold on to the versatile forward for too long. If recent rumors are anything to go by, Amorim's preference would be to land his former Sporting protégé, Victor Gyökeres. But with so many teams in the race, it will be far from easy, and hence the numerous backup targets. Mbeumo has shown he can handle the intensity of the league and certainly fits Ineos' mold. But a winter approach seems unlikely given the budgetary constraints. And with other more interested suitors in the race, the Red Devils are better served waiting to try and land Gyökeres next summer instead. Manchester United alerted as Barcelona plan transfer swoop. Manchester United are plotting a move to bring in a new striker to the club. However, Barcelona are looking to intervene. United's attack has been a concern throughout the season. Whilst the Red Devils have been able to create plenty of opportunities, their finishing has been lacking. Joshua Zirkzee was brought in over the summer to take the pressure off of solo striker Rasmus Højlund. However, this doesn't appear to have gone to plan. Zirkzee has grabbed a goal and 2 assists in 721 minutes of game time across 18 matches. This works out at around 40 minutes per appearance. However, his lack of game time is a reflection of Erik ten Hag's disinterest in signing the star. The Dutch striker was reportedly signed against ten Hag's wishes, and to make matters worse, arrived at Carrington unfit and out of shape. Now, United are once more looking for a striker to convert chances into goals. Zirkzee looks likely to leave on loan in January, with Juventus planning a permanent move in the summer. Whilst Ruben Amorim has put Marcus Rashford back to his former role of striker, the club will need more than just Rashford and Højlund for depth. The Red Devils have been eyeing up targets across Europe, including Bundesliga stars Victor Boniface and Omar Marmush, Napoli loanee Victor Osimhen, and much closer to home, Wolves' Matheus Cunha. However, Barcelona are now planning a move for United's other key target, Victor Gyökeres. Manchester United, Barcelona and Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres has risen to fame under the leadership of Amorim, so, understandably, a reunion at Old Trafford could be on the cards. However, Amorim swore against moving for one of his sporting stars this January out of respect for his Portuguese club. Whilst this is a show of goodwill and character by Amorim, United could be set to miss out on an incredible opportunity because of it. The Spanish outlet Sport has reported that Barcelona are looking at Gyökeres as Robert Lewandowski's replacement, given his future at the La Liga giants is unclear. Barca are planning a £58 million move for the Swedish striker, with Gyökeres remaining at Sporting until 2026 when Lewandowski's contract runs out. It's understood that Sporting would be open to this value, despite his release clause being £83 million. However, Barcelona are also in competition with Arsenal, Manchester City, and PSG, who are all interested in the striker. Fortunately, the fact United have Amorim is a massive selling point that could outweigh all other bids, given that Gyökeres chose Sporting specifically for Ruben Amorim. Manchester United confirm first quarter financial results as Omar Barada sends message. Man United have announced their financial results from the first quarter. Manchester United have shared their first quarter financial results, confirming total revenue up to September 30th was £143.1 million, including a profit of £1.3 million compared to a £32.8 million loss during the same period last year. United have confirmed they have encountered a reduction in commercial revenue as a result of having a smaller scale preseason tour. United, for the second year running, visited the United States, but played just 3 friendlies, facing Arsenal, Real Betis, and Liverpool. They played 5 friendlies in total in comparison to the 8 they fulfilled ahead of 2023-24. As a result, their commercial revenue for the first quarter was £85.3 million, a reduction of 5.6% from the first quarter in 2023. The club has also announced a loss in broadcast revenue in comparison to the first quarter last year, with revenue from the new-look Europa League format earning United £31.3 million from the first quarter. United, of course, participated in the Champions League last season, and the financial rewards for competing in Europe's premier club competition are more lucrative. United secured £39.3 million from broadcast revenue in the first quarter last season, highlighting a 20.4% reduction. The match-day revenue earned from the first quarter has stronger parallels with the figure earned from the first quarter 12 months ago, with United earning £26.5 million. They banked £27.4 million last year, marking a reduction of just 3.3%. Total revenue from the first quarter stands at £141.3 million in comparison to a figure of £157.1 million in 2023. United Chief Executive Omar Barada said, "The season is now well underway for both our men's and women's team, and we are keen to ensure both are as competitive as possible. We are delighted to have appointed Ruben Amorim as head coach of our men's team and remain committed to returning Manchester United to the top of domestic and European football. Our cost and headcount reductions remain on track, and we are pleased to have seen further commercial traction and welcome new partner Heineken through their Tiger brand. Our renovation of the Carrington Training Center is progressing well, while the Old Trafford Regeneration Task Force continues its work. Once it has delivered its recommendations, we will then take some time to digest them and evaluate all our options in the upcoming year." United have confirmed that nothing within the figures relates to any events beyond September 30th, meaning the cost of Erik ten Hag's dismissal on October 28th has not been included within the first quarter, likewise the release clause paid to Sporting Lisbon for Amorim. Man United wonder kid on track to make history after impressing Ruben Amorim. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim has already been impressed by one of the club's most promising young prospects, who could now go on to make history in the Premier League. Teenage defender Godwill Kakonki is said to be on track to make Manchester United history after catching the eye of new head coach Ruben Amorim. The 16-year-old was included in the traveling party for Amorim's first game this past weekend, although he did not make the matchday squad for the 1-1 draw with Ipswich Town at Portman Road. However, United fans could get a glimpse of Kokonki in the first team sooner rather than later. The young centre-back was invited to Suffolk as a reward for impressing Amorim in training, according to the Mail. It's noted that Kokonki was due to feature for United's under-19s in a UEFA Youth League qualifier against AZ Alkmaar, but was instead held back to continue working with the first team after standing out in Amorim's first week of training. And while it's stressed that a first-team berth may not be imminent, sources at Carrington believe Kokonki could go on to become the youngest defender to ever represent United at a senior level, given he doesn't turn 17 until February. To date, no United defender has ever played in the Premier League before turning 18. Kokonki isn't the only highly rated teenager making encouraging noises at United, though, as the club prepare to hand former Arsenal youngster Cheeto Obi Martin a professional contract. The 16-year-old only signed for United on scholar terms back in October after electing to leave Arsenal, where he regularly clocked up ridiculous returns for the club's under-18 team. Obi Martin, who scored a hat-trick on his first start for United inside 15 minutes against Nottingham Forest, is set to be rewarded with a professional contract when he turns 17 on Friday. That's according to Danish outlet Tipsbladet, who outlined that plans are already in place for the prolific teenager to put pen to paper later this week. He has been tipped for big things at United after leaving Arsenal, who were desperate not to lose his services. Speaking after his switch to United had been confirmed, Obi Martin took to Instagram to express his excitement with a social media post. He wrote, "Very happy to sign with this amazing club. Time to focus and achieve all my dreams. Thanks to everyone who has helped me get this far." Gary Neville names 3 shocking red flags and patterns that Ruben Amorim noticed in Man United stars. Manchester United legend Gary Neville has claimed that new head coach Ruben Amorim took notice of several poor habits regularly exhibited by his players following the team's 1-1 draw with Ipswich Town on Sunday. Marcus Rashford and Omari Hutchinson traded first-half goals at Portman Road to ensure the spoils were shared between the two sides. The result left United in 12th position, 6 points adrift of the Champions League spaces. There were some positives to take from the match, but it remains abundantly clear that Amorim has a humongous job on his hands to get the current crop of players to start performing at a consistently high level. In his post-match comments, Amorim warned that there will be a long period of pain and suffering before things eventually get better. The Portuguese coach also assured supporters that he will stick to his principles as he seeks to make United a competitive outfit once again. Speaking on Sky Sports, Neville insisted that against Ipswich, United were far less organized, looked poorly coached, and failed to match their hosts' appetite for all 3 points. 3 things that, according to him, Amorim saw. Neville said on Sky, "The red flags that were there yesterday would have been there probably for the last few months and the last season and a half of a team that are very difficult to actually like watching. And I say that with respect because I genuinely do believe what Ruben Amorim said at the end of the game. No football player goes out onto the pitch and wants to lose or doesn't want to win or work hard or do well. They don't want criticism. But you watch them play, even yesterday, the new system, and you look at Ipswich, who are very near the bottom of the league, who look more organized, better coached. They look like they've got more appetite for the game, more enthusiasm. And that's a constant and has been a constant, not just obviously on Sunday, but a constant for the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. So we got to a situation where these group of players, to be honest with you, have created a pattern for themselves and become what they are," Neville added. "And not just a red flag yesterday, because the same things that we've seen in the last 6 to 8 months, 10 months, we saw yesterday with Ruben Amorim being the manager, he saw it as well. Amorim, obviously knew how big a job this was, but he'll have recognized it yesterday. Thanks for watching, guys.